Hello, kids. Gather around. It's story time. You know, many years ago, at least before last week, my best friend and I were sitting around talking about the Beatles, and we thought, wouldn't it be cool if there was a radio station that played only Beatles? You know, like all the Beatles albums, not just the singles, all the solo stuff, all the covers, anything Beatle related, you know, like even We Love You Beatles, We Really Do, anything that was Beatles related. We thought, wouldn't that be neat? And what would we call this new radio station? Well, this was back in the days when radio stations basically still had call letters, so we came up with WBTL. Okay, and I even made a disc to demonstrate what WBTL might sound like. So I put on some Beatles songs, some solo songs, even stuff from Julian, from Danny, Yoko, anything I could find. Covers, you know, like Robert Goulet singing Magical Mystery Tour, anything I could find. And because back in those days, commercial-free radio was unheard of, I threw on a few commercials, such as
Rice Krispies.
Or
sometimes you feel like a nut, sometimes you don't.
Stuff like that. And every once in a while I'd interject saying, "You're listening to WBTL, all Beatles, all the time." Stuff like that. And I'd even put in some random bits of dialogue that I would get off like the Beatles story or something like that, just to flesh it out. Well, fast forward many years, we now have the Beatles Channel. And it's pretty cool, except that, you know, like I don't like when they deviate into, here's what the Beatles were listening to when they were starting out. Well, that kind of stuff doesn't really go over well with me, or hearing Can't Buy Me Love once every hour. It needs a little tweaking even now. But I'm sure all of you have listened to the Beatles Channel. And now that you've heard my description of what WBTL might sound like, which would you prefer? Which would you rather listen to? The Beatles Channel or WBTL? I'll let you decide down there in the comments. In the meantime,
I'm her hot dogs. The dogs kids love to bite.